Top of the top two. I'm Brian Hyppolite, the Manifest Mentor, and welcome to another episode of Manifest Nation. Now, today we are going to be talking about our morning routines, our morning habits, the things that lead to our success. It's September the 1st, and it's obviously the beginning of a new month, the beginning of a new moment that you get to align yourself with everything that leads to the greatest version of your existence. Before we go any further, though, I do want to thank everyone that has been subscribing, everyone that has been liking, everyone that has been following this channel here on Twitch. The Manifest Nation channel is just a few weeks old, and y'all have been showing tons of support. So thank you so much. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe to this channel, because this is a place where visionaries meet. This is a place where bloodline breakers and generational curse breakers get together. This is a place where soul food is fed on a daily basis that is going to empower you on your divine mission. Listen, thank you for coming. It's not by accident that you're here. Let's take it to the next level. We're going to start this morning with about a 10-15 minute video from one of my favorite Eastern gurus talking about the right way to start your day, talking about maximizing your potential. I got some great information to drop on you, but first, let's start with this amazing video from Sadhguru.
When we say human potential, unleashing human potential, it is not about reaching the peak, it is a trajectory. Because what our life is a combination of a certain amount of time and energy. Time is rolling away for all of us at the same pace. If you sit, it rolls away, if you sleep, it rolls away, if you do something, it goes away, if you don't do anything, it goes away. You're happy or miserable, it goes away. Time is running out for all of us. So it's only the energy that you can do different things with. If you bring your energies to a certain level of intensity and possibility, what somebody does in 10 years, you may do it in 1 year. This means if you live here for 100 years, it feels like in people's impact that you have created, it feels like you lived here for 1,000 years, simply because you have managed your life energies in a certain way. So for me, a human being impactful means, how conscious have you become? This is very important. Because if you're in compulsive cycles, then your energy gets wasted in so many things. If you observe people…
So think of it as like a TV ad with a catalog component where I can choose on the Roku app and immediately it's gonna send me a…
In a day, let's take 24 hours. In that, anyway, most people by prescription in America, they sleep for 8 hours So 8 hours means 1/3 of life is gone. In the remaining 2/3, they have to eat, they have to, shower, bathroom, this, that, all this, another 2-3 hours gone. So literally 50% of life is gone, daily basis, just for basic maintenance of this life. 50% of the time is gone in maintenance, remaining 50%, what they have. If you look at every single move that they may make with their body, their thought process, their emotions, you will see a whole lot of it is happening in compulsive cycles. Or in other words, if you are little sensitive to life, you will realize you are the biggest issue in your life. So this is one thing that I'm trying to do with people, that you are never the issue in your life. I'm not the issue. My thought, my emotion, my body is never the issue. My thought, my emotion, my energy and my body are my instruments of function. They are not impediments in my life. But I would say for 90% of the human beings, their own body, then the compulsions of the body, the compulsions of their thought, the compulsions of their emotions are ruling them most of the time.
The notion of the difference between pain and suffering I thought was very useful.
See, pain is physiological, it's there. If there's no pain, most people would not even know how to protect themselves. See, just because there's no pain in this, see what all you have done to it. Isn't it? See, there's no pain in this, so that's why you took it off. If there's no pain in your nose, maybe you would have taken it off. Because there are many advantages, you will take in about 22% extra oxygen if you just remove this one thing, contraption. Wherever there is no pain, people are messing with it like crazy, isn't it? They call this hairstyle, they call it so many things.
Yeah.
Suppose there was no pain in the entire body in Los Angeles, people would pull out their stomach bag and you think they wouldn't do it?
No, they probably would.
Only pain is helping them to preserve themselves, isn't it? So pain is good. There's no physiological pain. Most people would not know. I hear in United States there's one group, they call themselves something, I forget that word. They're actually cutting their fingers off, their hands off on the video.
Whoa.
They're posting it online. There's a group like that.
Whoa.
Can you imagine this?
No.
In spite of so much pain, if there was no pain, almost everybody would have cut themselves off in the name of fashion, they would have cut themselves into ribbons.
Wow.
So pain is a good thing physically, because that is your preservation, self-preservation mechanism. But suffering is something that you do in your mind. So pain that happens in your body, you take it in your mind and multiply it 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times depending on how capable you are or how stupid you are, and suffer it 1,000,000 times over. Right now, most human beings are like this. What happened 10 years ago, they can still suffer. What may happen day after tomorrow, they already suffer. They are not suffering life, they think they are suffering life. They are not suffering life, they are suffering the two most fantastic faculties that human beings alone have, a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. The survival process has become easier than ever before. Believe me, in the morning if you need a bucket full of water, if you had to walk a mile to the river to get one bucket of water, and your family needed 25 buckets of water, you would have no time to mess yourself. Now you have a lot of time to mess yourself because our survival is better organized than ever before. Another thing is, most human beings do not know how to manage their biochemistry without physical activity. I have seen a whole lot of people, particularly teenage boys and girls between the ages of 12 and 16, who come to me with some severe, violent problems within themselves. If you leave them like that, they may kill themselves or kill somebody else, they're in that kind of state. Many of them have even killed their parents, it just happened all over the world. And in 2017, when I came to know that in India, which is not so much suicidal in that sense because there's a huge family support and stuff like that, in spite of that, in 2017, 18,600 children below 18 years of age committed suicide, out of which 7,200 are below 15 years of age. So 12, 13, 14-year-olds who must be bubbling with life are wanting to take their own lives. Why? Obviously we're doing something fundamentally wrong with the society, isn't it?
Yes.
Our goals and our stupid ideas of what is success is driving them nuts.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next investor webinar, where you can drill deeper into our 9 to 13% annual interest rate bond offerings and see how our company has become an emerging leader in the oil and gas industry. In 2024, Phoenix Energy rose to become the 11th most prolific oil and gas operator in the Williston Basin, one of America's top producing regions.
Because we are trying to use our children like racehorses.
That's interesting. And when you say that, is something that represent us, that we've turned into something amazing, or in what way are they like racehorses?
See, when you understand life as a race, if you're in a race, what's the objective? You must reach the finish line quick, isn't it?
Yes.
What is the finish line of your life?
Death.
There you have it. This may not be a conscious process, but life within you is understanding it like that. When you… see, you must understand this, whether you are conscious of it or not, any human being. Right now, if you make yourself miserable, you must understand you are sending a message to every cell in the body that I don't want to live. You might not have articulated it in your head yet, But when you become miserable, you notice suddenly your body seems heavy and it's like, doesn't want to get up from this chair. Have you seen this?
Yes.
When you're happy, you're willing to bounce at everything and do everything, bend backwards if necessary. Why this is happening is the message has gone to every cell in the body, this guy wants to die. They're all thinking, okay, what can we do to help him? But by then, of course, you recover. So you want to die, you want to live, you want to die, you want to live. The body is getting confused because you must understand this is a very intelligent body. It's taking instructions from you. Every cell in the body has an enormous sense of memory and intelligence. If you keep sending wrong messages, if they act, you're dead. Because you're sending contradictory messages, you're not dead, you're half dead. You can give it any number of exotic names. Essentially, you have turned your intelligence against yourself. This is supposed to work for you, but now you've turned it against yourself, it's working against you. Perception happens to you in 5 different dimensions. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, this is how you're perceiving life. This data has gathered within you. Only because this data has gathered within you, now you're able to walk on a round planet which spins. It's not a small thing. It is not a small thing that you're able to walk on a spinning round ball. Because all this data has gathered through 5 senses, it is not intellectual information, but it is a perceptual information. If this information is not there, you won't be able to walk actually. You will not be able to walk straight. This is what is happening for people when some people lose their memory and things like that. Suddenly they become unstable in their body because some of the data is gotten disconnected with their system. So, this data that you perceive is most important. That's what a child is all the time drinking up everything. You see how the child is looking at everything? Because he wants to drink up as much data as possible because instinctively he knows without that data, he will not be able to function. So how attentive you are, how attentive your eyes are, how attentive your ears, nose, tongue and touch is, accordingly you have that much, usable information. So why one person is more efficient? Well, you are an athlete. Why one person is able to catch a damn ball, another person can't catch the damn thing? Why is it? Because that level of attention of exactly how that ball will behave, how you can anticipate where it will go, this is not there. Intellectually, suppose you have a PhD in football, you think you can play football?
If you have a PhD, no, I think you need to experience it as well. If you just study it only, yeah.
No, that is not experience, it's perception. You're watching it. Out of your keen interest, you're watching exactly how a ball moves. You may not be thinking the physics of it, but you're watching it and perceiving it. Because of that perception, you know something that you cannot know by reading 100 books about it. First of all, people are assuming that anger is happening to them or misery is happening to them. No, this is exactly what I said earlier, maybe I didn't articulate it fully. No, you are creating anger, you're creating misery, you're creating joy, you're creating whatever. All this is happening from within you. But human experience is happening from within us, isn't it?
Right.
Whether it's love or hate or anger or misery or joy or anything is only happening from within us.
Right.
The simple question I am asking is, what happens from within you? Should it happen your way or somebody else's way?
It should happen your way.
Of course, because the world will never happen your way 100%. Because there are so many stakeholders in the world, little bit will happen my way, little bit your way, that is fine. But what happens within me must happen my way. If what happens within me does not happen my way, this is the worst form of slavery, isn't it?
Wow.
Somebody decides what happens within me, somebody decides where I should sit. This is slavery, everybody understands this. Now somebody decides whether I am happy or unhappy. Isn't this the worst form of slavery?
Yeah.
So this is the liberation that humanity needs to work at. This is what inner engineering means. Inner engineering is not some mechanical process, Because engineering means this essentially. You will say something is well engineered only if it works the way you want, isn't it? If this one doesn't work the way you want, what the hell are you expecting other things to work the way you want? It's just an accident. When you live accidentally, anxiety is normal. Why does one person need, well, by prescription these days, 8 hours, is it?
7 to 8 hours.
Okay, 7 hours. And why another person can do with half of that? See, one thing is, as we already went through, the very physical body that you carry is just the food that you've eaten, isn't it? You are looking at food only as protein, vitamin, mineral like this. But we're talking about a food chain. That means they're all different kinds of lives. What we consume is another form of life. Every animal consumes another form of life. This is the way the food cycle is created.
Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44. This finance app solves…
So in what condition that life is will determine in what condition your life is in many ways. So if food appears in front of me, if I just look at it, people have prepared it with elaborate care. If I just look at it, I say no. They'll say, no, Sadhguru, this girl, this lady has brought it, she's a very good cook, she's very tasty. I just look at it and say no. Simply because it's not alive enough for me. It may be tasty, but it's not alive enough for me. If it's not alive enough, I will not consume. If you're just conscious of this one thing, you will see your sleep quota will go down. Another thing is, most people are eating at least 50%. 50% means 100% more than what they need to eat. Yes, you will do one thing, as an experiment, just try this. Whatever you're eating, cut it down by 50%. If you're eating, let's say, 2 kilograms of food, cut it down to 1 kilogram and eat variety of foods. You will see you will neither drop weight, nor will you become weak, nor will you become less energetic. Only thing that'll happen is your sleep quota will go down. Because you're putting so much food to generate the same amount of energy, you're eating more by compulsion of liking the taste or simply by compulsion of filling yourself up. Now the body has to process so much food to create so much energy. This extra processing is taking a toll on the system. The amount of impurities that are there in the food will also determine how much inertia you generate in the body. Let's understand it this way, in terms of physical terms. What sleep means is inertia. Right now you're dynamic, this is life, inertia sets in. When inertia goes beyond a certain point, that's death. But sleep is a certain kind of death, but it is offering you rest. So restfulness is very important. What is being restful means is, if you sit here, if you're at total ease, you will see the body is naturally restful. Have you noticed on a particular day, you are very happy, on that day you don't need much sleep or food, have you noticed this? That's all you have to do. If you remain very joyful every moment of your life, the food will come down, sleep will come down naturally. It's time to understand all the problems of individual nature are generated from within. And we don't have to solve problems that we create, we just have to dissolve. Problems that you create, you don't have to solve. If there's a problem in the situation, yes, we have to solve. But you have a problem within you, solution is not what you need, solution is madness. Solution means, for an illusion, you're creating an illusory solution, something that you make up. For that, you create one more solution that you made up once again. No, you just have to turn off the problems. You're going through a certain drama, only thing is you're a lousy director. That's all there is. Instead of improving your direction, now you're trying to find a solution for a situation in a drama.
I don't know if there's ever going to be a good time to stop Sagaru from explaining and from offering what he is offering. So I'm just going to pause it right there. Thank you for those who have been watching, for those who've been tuning in, and let's get this morning's vibe started. You know, a great day, Grand Rising, top of the top two. Again, I'm Brian Hyppolite, the Manifest Mentor, and this is another Manifest Nation episode. Go ahead and get in here. Share this, and let people know that we in here, because we're going to have a powerful moment. We're going to have a powerful morning. We're talking about inner engineering. I don't know where you've been. I don't know what you've been up to, but I'm quite sure that there's a level of internal engineering that would allow you to be better, have a greater life experience than what you're having right now. This is what I definitely want to do as we start this morning. I want to say what's up. Thank you to everyone that's been supporting me, everyone that has been streaming my music, everyone that's been pulling up to brianhippolite.com, picking your own price and downloading my music, everyone that's been purchasing my books, joining my online community, and definitely everyone that's been subscribing to my Manifest Nation channel on Twitch. I love y'all alive. Thank you so much for aligning with me and helping me create this community that is liberating so many people, helping so many people be greater than they ever been. And I thank y'all for it. Matter of fact, for everyone who joins, for everyone who subscribes to my Manifest Nation community, yeah, you got a lot of great benefits coming your way. You know, not only are you going to be receiving lifetime status and recognition on Twitch as a founding member of the channel, but you'll also be receiving access to the Manifest University Discord. You'll also be getting some private streams that are just for founding members. You'll be receiving 8 of my eBooks, 1 of my digital workbooks, and a lot of other cool things. So yeah, a lot of perks for supporting me and for helping me get this vision of mine off the ground. The first 111 subs are going to be getting a lot of great things. So definitely come over to Twitch. You can click the link in my bio to find it. You can go to brianhippolite.com. There's a link right there, as well as going to twitch.com. Going to twitch.com, you know what I'm saying? Typing in my name or typing in Manifest Nation into it. So listen, it's a powerful day, and we are about to discuss maximizing our potential. I don't know where you've been, and if you've been, matter of fact, where are you from? Or we're talking about where you've been, who's here, where you at, where are you from, where are you repping? You know, I always start my broadcast shouting out my city, my hometown, Tampa, Florida, showing love to all of Florida. We definitely want to show some love to Georgia, because y'all been showing a lot of love. The DMV, y'all been showing a lot of love. My New Jersey, definitely New Jersey, and definitely New York. Yeah, thank you for all the support. But who's in here? Throw it in the chat. Who's in here? Where you from? Where you at? Where you representing? I want to shout you and yours out. It's a great day to begin your day maximizing your potential. So we're going to talk about internal engineering. We're going to talk about our morning routines, and we're going to talk about conscious alignment. You know, I've been talking for the last 30 days. I've been inviting people to join my 30-day Manifest Bootcamp, and that's starting today for a lot of people. Shout out to everyone who joined. Matter of fact, you got a bonus last night. Y'all got a surprise last night. Not only are you getting the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp, but you're also getting a 90-day experience that is going to not only just teach you how to unlearn the things that you need to and relearn the things that you need to, but also how to learn and utilize spiritual alchemy. So it's going to be a powerful time. You thought you were signing up for just 30 minutes or 30 days of information, but I'm actually going to supply you with 90 days of information. Thank you so much for signing up for the boot camp. Looking forward to empowering you for the next 90 days, for sure. But what we're talking about is creating the right morning routines and the consciousness that of alignment, so that we can create the realities that we desire. And if you're just tuning in, if you're just linking up, peace, power, and presence, family, welcome to Manifest Nation. This is a sanctuary for visionaries, divine builders, and bloodline breakers. Here we don't settle, we don't excuse, we elevate. We don't run from the truth, we run towards it. And today we're going to be diving into what it means to maximize your potential as the beginning of a new month, beginning of a new opportunity for you to be greater than you've ever been. And I would love for you to take it seriously. There's so many people who are wishing that 20 years ago they took the opportunities to be great seriously. There's so many people who are regretting right now times, moments, chances, opportunities that they can't get back. And I would hate for you to be one of those people in the future. So let's be intentional today to maximize our potential. And I'm not talking hype. I'm talking habits. The truth is, potential doesn't fail because it's not there. That's not why it fails. It fails because you didn't structure your life to unlock it. And I think we take that for granted. I think we put too many things on such a high pedestal as the reason why things don't happen in our life. It's so easy for us to blame anything and everyone else. We'll start by blaming our parents. We'll follow that by blaming our environment. We'll follow behind that with blaming the things that didn't go right in our lives, the things that we hoped for, the things that we wished for that did not come to pass. Our failures, our fears, all of those things wind up being something that we find to be worthy of the excuse of why we're not maximizing our potential. And I could tell you, as a mentor who's been traveling around the world for the last 4 years, speaking to people, mentoring people, and helping them get out of their own way, I can tell you, you are not uniquely defective. And that should be good news to you, because many of you actually do believe that because of the set of circumstances that you encounter, a set of things that you went through, that it does make you uniquely defective. And that's a lie that you've told yourself, or that your environment has told you, and it's not true at all. Listen, let's start where your destiny starts. Mornings. What do you do with your mornings? There are so many people that I've given some life-changing advice to. It has everything to do with the way you spend your mornings. And we're going to get into that. If you've been going through your days and your days have chaos in them, it's quite possible your mornings started with chaos. Quite possible. More than likely, your morning started with some chaos. When you get through your days and you're wondering why they feel unclear, why they lack clarity, did your morning start with clarity? Because often when your morning starts with clarity, your day has a lot of clarity in it. Because if you lose the morning, you often lose the day. And if you lose enough days, you lose enough life. If you're watching from TikTok, if you're watching on IG, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I want you to know this: you are only getting the pieces, the shadows of this full fire that we got going on in Manifest Nation. So know this: you got to click the link in my bio so that you can join the Manifest Nation channel here on Twitch. This is where the stream is coming from. If you're watching from anywhere else, you're just getting a preview, you're just getting a clip. I'm just want to make you aware of what's here and what's available to you. But pretty soon you won't be getting these streams and these lives, because it'll be something that's exclusively happening on Twitch. So I don't want you to miss out on that. So please, if you want to continue to get this morning motivation, normally I've been going live on Twitch 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to get the lives, you want to get the broadcast, you want to get the replays, you're going to need to come over to Twitch. So definitely the Manifest Nation is the place to be. And I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to hearing from you joining this family that I'm building over here in Manifest Nation, even getting access to the Discord so you could get more access to me and the great things that I bring in to this community. If you like the things that you see from me on social media, you're going to love what's being curated in this Discord for you. So definitely pull up. Okay. And let's be honest here. Let's shake the table a little bit. Potential isn't automatic. If we're going to talk about maximizing your potential, let's be honest about some things. Potential is not automatic. Nothing happens if you don't maximize it. Potential means nothing if you don't maximize it. Potential is just unused power. And unused power rots into regret. Studies show 92% of people never hit their goals. They set them, but they never hit them. Not because they couldn't, but because they didn't create the structures to pull potential into performance. Your performance is the raw material. Your routines are the machine that turns it into results. You want to talk to any successful businessman, any multi-millionaire, anyone who's built something that has value, they're going to tell you about the structure that they needed, both within their own life as well as within their business, in order to create what we now marvel at. And what is now yielding such a high return, it requires structure. Even for me to do this now, for me to build Manifest Nation, it requires structure. I'm on the West Coast. It's 4:39 where I'm at. I've been up since 3 my time. And this is what is required for me to give the time that I need to myself before I start pouring into people online, before I wake up my daughters and start homeschooling, and even to get through the day as a serial entrepreneur and homeschool father. There's a structure that I must have. There's a schedule I must be on. There's intention that I must carry throughout the day, or the results will not show up. So what's your structure? Is your structure leading you to your success, or is your structure leading to what keeps you stuck? I'm going to say it again. 92% of people never hit the goals that they set, not because they couldn't, but because they didn't create the structure that will pull their potential into their performance. Your performance is just the raw material. It's your routines that are the machine that turns your performance into results. What's one area of your life where you've been leaving potential on the table? I want to hear about it. I want to know about it. Let's talk about it. What is one area of your life where you have been leaving potential on the table? Put it in the chat. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be real and let's be honest. What is one area of your life where you have been leaving potential on the table? Don't be scared. Don't be scared to talk about it, because it's addressing these things that allow us the space to make the changes. You can't heal what you hide. So let's be bold right here in this moment and identify what it is, what it's been. Matter of fact, the Manifest Nation hotline is now open. So if you want to be the first caller of the day to talk to me, you can definitely hit me up right now at area code 813-686-0963. Again, that's area code 813-686-0963. The Manifest Nation hotline is now open. Hit me up, give me a call. We can talk about it. If you're not scared, we can get online, we get on the phone, we can talk about it. What area of your life have you been wasting potential in? What area of life what have you been leaving on the table? Let me know. I want to hear about it. I want to talk about it. I want to help you lead you away from that. Because listen, the truth is, wasted potential today becomes regret tomorrow. I have the pleasure of mentoring so many wonderful beings, so many wonderful beings. And these are great people who are having a rough time in life right now because they're dealing with so much regret from opportunities that they did not take, from potential that has not been materialized because they have not applied the right structure to create the desired results. There's people who tell me all the time, hey, I don't know how you do it. I could never do all those things that you do. How you run this business and take care of that? How do you mentor all these people? How do you do this? How do you you still find time to record music and do shows and then travel the world at your leisure? I don't know how you do it. It's with structure. It's with structure. So again, what area have you been wasting your potential? What have you been leaving on the table? Again, you can call me at 813-686-0963 if you want to talk to me live on the air. Because your wasted potential today becomes tomorrow's regret. We see people get old and go into their graves full of regret because of things that they did not take advantage of. And that burns a hole in people's soul. There's a lot of people right now suffering from decisions they did not make 20 years ago. I refuse to be one of them, and I pray you do too. Matter of fact, let's say some affirmations. Let's say some affirmations because our words are so powerful. Our words are so powerful, and it definitely seems that when we use them intentionally, we will change the way that we're thinking. We'll change the things that we're seeing from the words that we're using. So just in case you have not been saying things like this, I just want to start your day with it. What's going on, Erica, Renee? Shout out to everyone in here from Manifest University. Shout out to everyone that is streaming. I know I seen some of my Manifest mentor, my Manifest mentees in here streaming on Twitch, watching on Twitch. Shout out to y'all. I see someone on YouTube. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everyone that's just been supporting the movement and been a part of the movement. So many of y'all already know what time it is. We're going to elevate ourselves, and we're going to start with our words. So if you're not operating a motor vehicle at this moment, if you're not tending to a small child, if you could just give yourself just the next maybe 30 seconds of just concentration, dedicated concentration to you, I would love for you to just take a moment and take a deep breath. Let's do this. Let's inhale for 4 seconds. Deep inhale. Fill your lungs up. For some of you, it's the first time you've done this today, or maybe even the first time you've done it, I don't know how long, but deep breath. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds, and then exhale through your mouth for 4 seconds. Okay, so this is a 12-second cycle. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, filling your lungs. Hold it for 4 seconds. Release through your mouth for 4 seconds. Let's do that again. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Release for 4 seconds. Calms your body, calms your nervous system. Do it one more time. Someone in the comments said, this is what I needed right here. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And this is what you should have been doing. But I'm glad that we have this opportunity to do it together and make this a normal part of your morning routine, since that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the structure. We're talking about the morning routine that allows you to maximize your potential. So now that we have done this breath work and we've calmed our nervous system and we're a bit more centered than we were a few moments ago, repeat after me. I refuse to waste my potential. I refuse to waste my potential. Every gift in me will be used. Every gift in me will be used. My habits will reflect my vision. My habits will reflect my vision. My legacy deserves discipline. My legacy deserves discipline. Don't you agree? Don't you feel that way? Don't you think that your legacy deserves discipline? If that's what it's going to take to create what it is that you desire. Absolutely it does. Not only does it deserve your discipline, your legacy deserves your loyalty. Your legacy deserves for you to show up every day, ready to maximize your potential, ready to separate yourself from the things that are separating you from your greatness. And it's a great day to do that. And that's what we're talking about today. Because your morning routine is sacred, family. Most people hand it away before they even know it. Most people give it up before it even starts. Most of y'all are waking up consciousness towards what you're doing to create the day that you want to have. You know, if you ever been in any of my mentorship programs or anything like that, if you've been in Manifest University before, you've heard me speaking on the importance of the way that you start your day. You've heard me speaking on how you definitely should be giving yourself to yourself before you do anything else. Give yourself to yourself. Now, what does that mean? What does that look like? Well, it's different for all of us, for sure. Because there's different things that are required for our greater existence. But what I do know is that if you start your day giving yourself to yourself, empowering yourself, before you get to giving yourself to the rest of the world, before you get to giving yourself to even your goals, but before you get to giving yourself to your responsibilities, your titles, the expectations of your titles and of your roles, before you get to any of that, you need to be giving yourself to yourself. What does that mean? That means pouring into yourself. That means watering yourself. That means placing yourself in an environment of growth, evolution, and elevation. So for some, that's getting up early and starting with some meditation, starting with some yoga, starting with some prayer, starting with some reading. For some, it's listening to an audiobook that feeds your spirit. For others, it's working out. For some, it's creating, it's journaling, it's whatever, painting, it's whatever adds value to you. Give yourself to yourself. And if you start your day with clarity, your day is often followed with clarity. But if you get up and just start your day in chaos, if the moment that your eyes wake up, eyes open, the moment that you wake up and your eyes open, you are actively running. You hit the ground running. Your day is probably followed by a lot of chaos. If you're waking up late and you're behind, it's a great opportunity that your day is going to be behind, right? So if we can understand that, then we know, what if we wake up and give ourselves enough time to do the things that we need to do? See, many of you aren't getting where you want in life because you're waking up an hour too late. You're waking up enough time to get done the things that you need to get done. But your life requires a little bit more than that. For you to be the version of yourself that you need to be, you just can't only be giving yourself enough time to deal with the demands of your day, because there's something that you need to create. If you want to become a deliberate creator of your reality, you have to give yourself time and space to do so. Your morning is sacred. And there's so many people who are destroying the opportunity to have a powerful day before their day even gets going? Drop a 1 in the chat if that's you. If when you wake up, from the moment that you wake up, you hit the ground running and you just off to the races. Drop a 1 in the chat if that's you. That's what 90% of us are doing. So be honest, because you're not lying to me. You're lying to yourself, because that's what 90% of us are doing. You're waking up with just enough time for you to brush your teeth, eat your food, get where you got to go, and start the demands of your day. You're not waking up in enough time for you to pour into yourself. Drop a 1 in the chat if that's you. Let's be honest. The first 60 minutes of your day dictate the energy of the next 16 hours. Think about that. The first 16 minutes of your day dictate the energy of the next 16 hours. Many of you have started a day having a bad day, having a bad morning, and that meant that you had a bad day, right? And many of you have started a day, great mood, great space, great clarity, great vibration, and you carry that throughout the day, right? This is so important. The way you wake up determines the way you rise up throughout your day. Science proves it. Just dopamine and cortisol levels in the morning that set your mood, your focus, your decision making, and the power of the day. And if you wake up and you just jump on your phone, you wake up scrolling, you're literally programming your brain for distractions. That's why it's so important. I'm glad you did it today, because you wound up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time almost every morning. So this is something you can program to be a part of your mornings, to lead you to more growth and more elevation. And, you know, when I started Manifest University 5 years ago, this is exactly how it started. Just showing up at 7 a.m., streaming and going live on platforms and offering elevation. So this is a consistent place of soul food. If you're looking for something, if you need something, it's going to help you get on the right track. But if you wake up every day without intention, you're going to go through your day without intention. So again, like if you wake up and you just get on your phone, like most of us, one of the first things that we reach for nowadays is our phone. And we get distraction, get active, distracting ourselves before we even start our day. You are programming your brain for distractions. If you wake up with intention, you're programming your day, yourself and your day for intention. You're programming yourself for elevation. Your morning routine is framework. So let me give you some tips and some tricks and some things. And also, I do want you to know, for those who are subscribing to the Manifest Nation channel on Twitch, when you get inside the Manifest University Discord today, you'll see notes from today's live. So I know many of you take notes as you've been watching it, but I've already created, please, by all means, still take your notes. Just know that I've created an outline for you for the information that I'm providing. So you're going to have access to that as well. Thank you again for everyone that is subscribing and following my Twitch channel, Manifest Nation. It's the community that is being built. And you get access when you subscribe to the channel, you get access to my Manifest University Discord, which means daily access to me and the rest of the team that is actively building and creating a greater life through a high level of consciousness, through self-healing, through personal development, through self-mastery. If that's the type of time that you're on, then you've come to the right place. And hey, let's lock in and let's build, because we're breaking generational curses and we're creating generational wealth around here. It's happening, and not only is it happening, it's happening in real time, and it's happening before your eyes. It's many of y'all who was watching me 5 years ago, who've seen where I've came from, who've seen the wonderful things that have happened in my life over the last 5 years as I've been practicing what I'm preaching. You've also seen other people who have come up through my programs. accomplishing goals that they said that they was going to accomplish, healing. There's been families and relationships healed. I mean, we could definitely talk about the monetary gains that's happened as people have aligned themselves with their greatness and started their businesses and published their books and all these wonderful things that have happened. For sure, we could talk about that absolutely all day. But let's talk about the legacies that have been furthered. Let's also talk about the families that have been healed and reunited, the relationships that have come back together, because that's really the gold. That's really what the gold is, the healing that's taking place as a result of being a part of this evolution and this elevation that we got going on in Manifest University and now on the Manifest Nation channel. So thank you for being a part of that. So listen, I want to give you a framework. Silence before screens. In the morning, silence before screens. Before you get on the screen, before you attach yourself to a screen, silence. Use that silence for meditation, for prayer, for journaling, for deep thought. Sometimes you wake up with things on your mind that you need to sift through. Some things you need to embrace, some things you need to release. But if you never give yourself the opportunity to do either, neither are going to happen. So silence before screens. That's number one. Number two is movement before meals. Okay, and I know this is going to hit some. It's going to hit some of y'all in the gut, literally, because what you need to do is do some exercise. You need to do some stretching. You need to do some walking. You need to do some calisthenics before you eat. Before you eat, get some movement in your body. You know, we were really taught an improper way of starting our day, and we don't even have to get into why that was, but we know we live in a country. For those who are watching from America, who grew up in America, we live in a country that has been offering us all of the wrong routines so it could profit from our lack of health, our lack of understanding. So we were told to drink certain things and eat certain things in the morning because that was what does a body good, and only to find out years later they were lying to us. They were just profiting off of us, right? So meals come after movement. So these are morning frameworks to give you a great structure for success. So we got silence before screens, and we got movement before meals. And number three is conscious fuel, not sugar bombs, but hydration and nutrition. You want to talk about having a great day? Let's start by having a great meal, giving yourself the minerals that you need. Again, we grew up hearing that you needed all these vitamins. Take these vitamins. Our body doesn't run off vitamins, though. Our body runs off minerals. And most of us, if we look at our diet, we're not even offering ourselves half of the minerals that our body needs on a daily basis. Now, you treat your car better than that. You treat your car better than that. I know many people right now who will go and put the highest price fuel that's available in their vehicle because they value the way that their vehicle runs, but they'll put the worst food and fuel in their body. Like, you don't care how your body runs? Like, make it make sense that you'll put power fuel in your car, but not in your body. You just get what tastes good, what looks good, or what's cheap. No, your body needs some minerals so it can function. Your brain requires certain minerals so it can grow, so it can be great, so it can move and function the way that it needs to. So we need hydration and we need nutrition, not bombs of sugar in the morning. All right, so we got silence before screens, movement before meals, conscious fuel. And then the fourth thing is the declarations before distractions. Declarations before distractions. So I'm talking about affirmations. I'm talking about speaking your visions. I'm talking about gratitude. You know, gratitude is the highest vibration that you can have. For the longest, we believed that it was love. We believed that love was the highest vibration that we experienced. But then technology, science is so cool. Technology has came out that allows us to actually view frequencies, right? And we can look at a human body and see the frequencies that are being emitted from it. and know that certain frequencies have a certain height, a certain range, a certain motion. And what we thought to be the strongest and most powerful was love. It turns out it's gratitude. Yeah, if you can see the power that rises through your body, the vibrational shift that happens when you are speaking and operating from a place of gratitude is greater in size and circumference and magnitude than that of love. Gratitude is the highest form of love. So start your day with that. Start your day with some gratitude. It's the highest vibration you can carry. And then you'll carry that high vibration throughout the day. Listen, I'm so grateful. I attract more things to be grateful for. You couldn't tell me otherwise. I know for sure there's some things that are in my life right now only because I've been so grateful for all of the things that have come my way. I know for sure. Gratitude rules my life. I make sure that I'm grateful. And I'll make sure that I have so many things to be grateful. Well, the universe makes sure I got so many things to be grateful for. But I make sure that I show up with the gratitude. And that's absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary. So declarations before distractions. Before you get on this phone, before you get on whatever you're going to get on, before you get to the distractions and disruptions, get to some declarations. I really want to hear from you. I want to know how you're starting your day. And I really want to know if you're ready to rewire your morning for mastery. Drop a one in the chat right now if you are ready to rewire your morning for mastery. And again, the Manifest Nation hotline is open. I want to take a few calls today. So 813-686-0963. If you want to talk to me live on the air, you can call right now, 813-686-0963. I want to know, what's the first thing you usually do in the morning? And what would you change if you shifted that habit into something more intentional? Let's think about it. Let's talk about it. Let me know. What's the first thing that you do in your morning routine? Do you just wake up and just get to your day, get to your obligations, get to rising to the expectations for you? Do you wake up? You know, a lot of people woke up today still dealing with problems from yesterday. Do you do that? Do you wake up and immediately start addressing yesterday's problems, those things that you didn't get to? Come on, let me know. Drop it in the chat or call the hotline, 813-686-0963. What do you do? What's the first thing you normally do in the morning? Erica said, I wake up, I pray, and I head to the gym. That sounds like a good morning routine. That sounds like a great morning routine, Erica. Kudos to you for that. Tiffany from MU said, I work overnights. So do you mean morning or when I wake up? I mean, when you start your day. I mean, when you start your day. That's what I mean. How are you starting your day? Because if you're losing the start of your day, it's that much easier to lose your day. It's that much easier for the day to have its way with you instead of you having your way with the day. And that's what we got to get into. And we talking about being intentional creators of reality. We talking about, because it's so much easier if I say, who's going to be the first generation millionaire in their family? Who's going to be the first millionaire in their family? Everyone wants to raise their hand. Okay, who has the disciplines? Who is right now operating in the disciplines and within the structure that you've identified that's going to lead you to that million? Hands go down. Who's identified what morning routine is going to get them there? What should they be doing in the morning that's going to get them there? Hands go down. So we all talk about these things that we want and things that we wish for, but what are we actually doing to make that happen? Does your morning routine align with the life that you want to create and the legacy that you want to leave? These are the questions that we must ask, because this is the work that we must do. So what's the first thing you usually do in the morning? Again, put it in chat. or call the Manifest Nation hotline at 813-686-0963 if you want to talk to me live on the air. Because I want to talk to you about how to win your mornings so you can win your days. Because if you win your days, you win your destiny. So it sounds like winning your destiny starts by winning your mornings, doesn't it? That's always what's going to lead you to your greater existence. Always what's going to lead you to your greater existence. Matter of fact, since that's where we at, since that's what we're talking about, let's get to some greater existence. You know, I got this song called The Greater Resistance, and it comes from my 5th book, The Greater Resistance, 111 Keys to Walking in Your Infinity. And if you need that, it's available at brianhyppolite.com. And there's book bundles that's available to you, but you definitely see, I'm asking you these questions because the right questions lead to the right answers. The right answers provide the right clarity. The right clarity offers the proper direction. And with the proper direction, all you gotta do is execute an alignment. But first and foremost, we gotta know where we're going. Focus on what you're about to do. After all you made it through, you still be doubting you. Can't be waiting on a sign when you're the proof. No point in looking at the facts when you're the truth. Your purpose and your power are much greater than your problems. Use them both to solve them, or they'll keep revolving. Trauma ain't your fault, but healing's your responsibility. Be your greatest ally, not your biggest enemy. Sometimes you gotta make a pivot. I'm focused on my future, not my past, and everything shifted. Self-awareness makes you truly gifted. I identify my triggers, learn from them, and start moving different. But you gon' be a slave until you master self. Mindsets of abundance, they attracting wealth. If it don't align with me, then that's fine with me. But greater's what I gotta be. Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Yeah, focus on the gifts that God gave you. Who are you outside the way that your pain made you? What would you do if you ain't have what your fear gave you? How would you love if broken expectations didn't change you? Don't make excuses, make better decisions. Can't blame nobody else for the way that you live it. Playing victim to your past just gon' keep you a victim. Overcome that superhero syndrome. Go from lacking limitations to a lack of limitations. It's gon' take you moving with a lack of hesitation. It's gon' take reversing all of that backwards thinking. But it's gon' take you further than all them dreams that you dreaming. And yeah, you can do it. I swear you can do it. I believe you have what it takes to get through it. This is divine timing, divine intervention, divine direction, divine protection for your divine mission. Greater shall you do, go. Greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, but you gotta know it's true. What's your greater existence? What's your greater existence? Yeah. It's that question you gotta ask yourself. It's a real answer that you need to give you. What does that greater resistance feel like? Now, I come in contact with so many people that want greater. You know, but when I ask them what greater is, they don't know. In real life, don't know. And I say, what is your greater resistance? What will it look like if we could design your life to align with your greater existence? What would that be? They don't know. What they do know is they want something different than what they're receiving. What they do know is they want something better than what they're currently having. But that's not what I'm asking you. I'm not asking you what's going to be better than this. That's comparison. I'm asking you to create, not compare. So what does your greater existence look like? In order for you to experience that, you're going to have to align with it. You're going to have to align yourself with the vibration of that greater existence. The mindset that you need to have that greater existence, the belief system that must be in place for you to have that greater existence. Habits, the supportive habits, the reactions, the responses to life in order for you to have your greater resistance. Because it's not about what you can have, it's about what you can keep. And life is always going to offer you the opportunity to lose what you have. And you have to learn how to respond to it so that you don't. Because we often lose what we're meant to have because we react to things we were meant to respond to. Let that marinate. Let that land, let that sit in, and let that make sense to you. We react to things we're meant to respond to. You know, there's a difference between the two. It's a major difference. There's a fundamental difference between the two. A reaction is related to whatever just happened. A response is connected to what you want to experience. If you started your day having a good day, you started your morning routine the way that you the way that you identified you needed to be in alignment, and you're feeling great, then you leave the house and there's something out there in them streets that is testing your patience, that is making you feel like maybe you should be on a different type of time with these people. Are you that type of person that needs the day to hand you a good day in order for you to have your good day? Are you that type of person that does not know how to respond to life so that you can continue in the way that experiencing it? Because oftentimes if we're going to react to life, that's how we lose out on that greatness that we had. We react to whatever just happened. We connect ourselves to whatever just happened instead of what we intended on taking place, the way that we intended on experiencing the day. Again, if you lose your morning, you lose your day. But if you win your morning, you're going to win your day. And if you can win your day over and over again, you're going to win your destiny. It's time for a shift. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready for that shift. If you're ready to align yourself with the things that are going to cause that shift. The shift is a byproduct of the routine, of the structure, of the alignment of the consciousness. The reality that you have right now comes from your level of consciousness. And that might be a lot of accountability for some of you. It might be something that you might not even want to hear because you may not be pleased with your reality. But it's a result of your consciousness. And it's because your consciousness is shown in your actions and shown in your belief and in your patterns. Your life rests on the shoulders of your beliefs and your habits, your beliefs and your disciplines. You may not always want to believe that you are what you attract, but you must believe that you are what you tolerate. So if you are tolerating, if you are tolerating aspects of yourself that aren't leading to your greatness and your glory, I know you're tolerating all types of other things in your life that aren't leading to your greatness and your glory. Consciousness is the seat of creation. You might want to write that down. The seat of creation, not the seed, SEED, which that's another way to look at it as well. But consciousness is the seat, SEAT, of creation. Let's talk about consciousness for a moment. Your consciousness is the operating system of your life. Whatever you hold on to and whatever you hold in it consistently, you create. So whatever you hold in your consciousness consistently, you will create. Your life isn't responding to your wishes, it's responding to your awareness. And that's why two people can live in the same city, same environment, same opportunities, and one thrives while the other barely survives. The difference isn't the resources, it's the consciousness. The truth is this: if your consciousness is stuck in lack, no amount of money will feel like enough. No amount of money will be enough because your consciousness is stuck in lack and limitation. So you're going to move from a place of lack and limitation. And the reason why no amount of money will ever be enough is because you will continuously create more realities of lack and limitation. If your consciousness is tied to trauma, no amount of love will make you feel safe. There's far too many of you wanting someone else, wanting your partner to make you feel safe when you don't make yourself feel safe. You aren't safe within yourself. There's no amount of safety I can provide to you that will stay, that will be present in the moments when you don't feel safe within yourself. And anything that I do provide to you, and I'm just using me as an example, just as another person in your life, anything that I do provide to you is only it's a facade. Sure, it's there in the moment, but the moment you don't feel safe within yourself, you'll say, I'm not making you feel safe. If your consciousness is small, no vision will feel achievable. And that's real. You got to understand it. Like, it's okay to dream again. I know life told many of you many, many years ago that there was no space for your dreams, that there was no room for your dreams, and that they needed to be sat down somewhere, and you needed to not be worried about them. But I'm here to tell you today that there is not only space and room for your dreams, but it's absolutely necessary for you to unlock and unleash those inner visions that you have. It's absolutely necessary. There's greatness on the other side of your dreams. There's things that are waiting to come into your reality that can't show up until your dreams are dreamt, until your dreams inspire you enough to go and do something to make it happen. So if you have not been doing it, and if all you've been doing is thinking small and believing in less than situations, when you have these dreams, when you have these visions, they're going to seem unattainable. They're gonna feel unachievable. And that's a clear sign of indication that your consciousness is too small. It's a great day to empower yourself and elevate your consciousness, is it not? Big shout out to everyone who joined the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. It was vital. It was absolutely vital. For 30 days, I'm walking you through shifting your consciousness daily. From lack to abundance, from victimhood to sovereignty, from sabotage to success. And it starts today. It starts today. It was supposed to be at midnight that I stopped allowing y'all to sign up, but I'm going to give y'all till noon today to join. There's no more discount codes. You've already wasted all of those opportunities. But if you woke up today, September 1st, and you said, today I'm going to start moving different and doing different, I want you to align yourself with this program, this 30-day Manifest Bootcamp that is going to walk you through the process of identifying the belief systems, the core beliefs that you have that are tying you to limitation, and is going to walk you through the process of unlearning them. And then it's going to help you align, show you how to align with the mindsets, supporting habits, and beliefs that support your success and that lead you to your goals. Let me remind you, this is the final day. This is the final moment, final opportunity. There will be no further extensions, no next time. Today is it. Today is September the 1st, and we start today. Those who have already joined have already gotten day one of the transformation information for the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. So if you want to get in, it's your last chance, last opportunity. You can go to brianhyppolite.com right now. I suggest you do it right now and sign up. There's 3 levels of access. If you want to get in the community level of access, or you can get into the small group level of access, which is tier 2, or you go to tier 3, which is the private level, the one-on-one coaching level of it. And so you're going to get a lot of amazing things at each tier. But what is for sure, no matter what tier you join, at the end of this 30 days, you're going to have a different mindset. You're going to have a different outlook. You're going to have a different routine to get you through your mornings and your day. And that routine is going to be in alignment with the life and legacy that you want to have and that you want to leave. And you will leave with the vibration of a high level creator. And that is someone who is deliberately creating their reality. So if you don't want to keep just dealing with the realities that you're experiencing, and you want to become a deliberate creator of your reality, this is definitely something that's going to help you take your life and your legacy to your next level. So I would, go sign up for that 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. It's at brianhyppolite.com. You can click the link in my bio. I got until noon today to be a part of it, or those doors will remain closed. So, don't say I didn't tell you. And you're welcome from this extension, because I originally said the doors were closing at midnight last night. But I'm gonna get y'all till noon today, just in case anybody woke up really in the mood to change their life and to do something that was going to offer them greater. What's going on, Omar Rashawn, man? Shout out to the king. Shout out to the king, man. There's a handful of people. Omar, I want to tell you this, bro. As a matter of fact, I had tried to message you or text you. Matter of fact, I tried to text you a few months ago, and I don't know if you got it. I don't know if I had the right number or not, bro. But I wanted to thank you, man, for being there when my mom passed, bro. Like, there wasn't a lot of people. There was a lot of people who gave their condolences, but there was only 2 homies that showed up, in New Jersey when we had my mom's service. And every time I see that picture, man, I'm grateful that you and Al came through to hold me up in that moment, man. And that was 4 years ago, but I definitely want to thank you, bro, for being there for me in that moment. I'll never forget that, and definitely very appreciative for you for that, man. So thank you for pulling up so I could tell you that. And send me send me a DM with your number, just in case I don't have the right one, man, so we can stay connected. For sure. Yeah. I'm probably had an outdated number or something like that, bro. But yeah, man. Let's link up. But yeah, this is what it's about, y'all. Like, really increasing your level of consciousness. I want to know. Put it in the chat. What has your consciousness, where has your consciousness been lying to you? Where has your belief systems been leading you to lack and limitation? Have you or can you identify where your consciousness has been lying to you? Let's be real. Put it in the chat. Let me know. Matter of fact, if y'all want to talk about it, the Manifest Nation hotline is now open, and you can hit me up at 813-686-0963. I will be taking your call live, and we can talk about this level of consciousness and how we're going to raise it. Let's talk about it. Because again, your life isn't responding to your wishes, it's responding to your awareness. So if you're not seeing the things that you want to see, you need to change your consciousness. That's your operating system. Man, we upgrade our phones more than we upgrade our minds, and that's crazy. Some of y'all have switched cars, changed houses, switched states, changed partners. Still got the same mind. Still got the same consciousness. And so you're suffering year after year from the same thing, just in new outfits and just in new locations. Is that the life that you want? Is that the life that you want to share? Is that the life that you want to create? Is that the life that you want to give to your children? I see people now and they're like, man, you so different than how you used to be. Yeah. I'm not where I'm not supposed to be the same. I was supposed to evolve beyond recognition. And I'm trying to give you some things that you can do right now to allow you to evolve beyond recognition. There's several things that you can do so you won't be unrecognizable in 30, 60, 90 days. But are you willing? Are you willing? There's a lot of wishing. There's a lot of wanting. I know people who want a different body. I know people who want a different financial situation. I know people who want to have a much different existence. They want to feel better within themselves, not just physically, but emotionally. Are you willing to do what it's going to take? Because that's what it comes down to. That's what it boils down to. That's really what it all boils down to. Like, I remember, and I haven't told this story in quite some time or used this example in quite some time, but I remember speaking to, I've learned some amazing things from really bad people, I'll be honest. And I remember speaking to this very, very evil man who I was learning some great things from at that moment. And I told him what I wanted to do. I told him what my vision was. I told him what my goal was. And that man looked me in my eyes, and he looked me in my eyes with this evil look and said, well, what are you willing to do to get it? I remember talking to someone else, another man, a great man, powerful man, a divine man, high vibrational man, and telling him again what my goals were, what I wanted to accomplish, what heights I wanted to reach. That man looked at me with soft and loving eyes. And you know what he said? What are you willing to do to get it? Are you willing to align yourself with what it's going to take? So it don't matter which way you want to go. It's going to require you to be willing to participate in what is going to create the reality that you desire. So what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do to change this reality of yours and to create the one that's going to lead you to the legacy you desire? Because that's what we're talking about. And if we're not talking about legacy, I'm probably not having this conversation with you. I'm really not interested in just talking about things that's just only going to last for this year, this month. I know a lot of y'all are used to just living for this week and planning for next week or planning for next month. Most of you aren't walking around with a consciousness that extends more than the next 30 days. Most of you are doing things right now that you need to get done so you can survive in 2 weeks. And since that's the life that you've been living, it's almost natural for you to have such short sight and only be focused on the immediate future. But the way that you plan your life, the way that you change your life, the way that you create a legacy is you gotta look a lot further downfield. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look a lot further downfield. It can't be about what we're doing this weekend. It can't be about what's gonna make us comfortable right now. It has to be with what aligns with the desired destination. What are you willing to do? It's what I would love for you. If you're not driving right now, if you're not tending to a small child, if you're not operating a motor vehicle, if your boss not standing over you, if you got a moment, I would close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And I want you to picture your morning tomorrow. You wake up early, no phone, you sit in silence, you breathe. You make your morning declarations, you declare your intentions for the day. You move your body, you stretch, you exercise, you eat clean fuel for your body. Now picture the day that flows from that morning. You're focused. There's clarity. You're grounded. You're aligned. You're not chasing distractions. Distractions chase you, matter of fact, and bounce off. Repeat after me. My mornings are sacred. My consciousness is powerful. Today I rise with power. Today I live in my potential. Today I align with my potential. One last time, the Manifest Nation hotline is open. 813-686-0963. That's 813-686-0963. If you're ready to declare the shift in your mornings, the shift in your potential, the shift in your consciousness, call me now, put it on the air. Don't leave here the same. I know many of us were taught to get up and move behind the ball, to get up and instantly just get to it. These are lack mindsets, though, that we were offered. These aren't the things that allow you to thrive. These are things that were offered to you in survival mode. These habits that we've been living by, this routine, our morning ritual. If it's rooted in survival, your day is going to not only be a survival mode type day, but you're going to continue living a survival mode type life. So again, I'm going to ask you, what are you willing to do to make this change? I see one of our Manifest University members and one of my mentees, Tiffany, she's watching on Twitch. What's going on? Because of course she's following the path, and I've been telling everyone to follow on Twitch, subscribe to the channel. She definitely came through, and I appreciate her for that. When I asked that question, said, "What are you willing to do to make this change?" She said, "Everything necessary." That's the type of ambition you got to have. Are you willing to do everything necessary? If it means that much to you, you'll be willing to do everything necessary. If you believe you could do it, you would do everything necessary. Why is it that we often wait till there's an emergency and something is on the line to apply that level of intention and that level of determination? I'm not going to wait for an emergency for me to go as hard as I need to go to have the results I want to have. I'm waking up every day on that type of time. I'm waking up every day. My daughters are 8 and 10 years old now. I'm waking up every day doing things for my grandchildren's benefit. I'm teaching my children stuff right now to make them great mothers, Great, phenomenal beings for sure. But I'm constructing things right now that my grandchildren are going to eat off of more than me. This is what it's about. I'm on a generational mindset. I speak in legacy tongues. I live a generational lifestyle. If I can't impact generations with it, I'm not interested in it. Just like when I said, if it don't bring me residual income, I'm not investing in it right now. There was a season of my life where I wanted to begin creating residual income, and any opportunities that did not offer me that, I wasn't interested in. And here we are in a whole nother season, benefiting from that decision. Living the life however we want to live it, wherever we want to be at. I'll change the weather right now. Let it be too hot outside. Let it be too hot outside. Me and my daughter's gonna get on a plane and go somewhere else. Let it be too cold or too rainy or too anything. We're gonna go where it's just right. Because we can. Right? That's freedom. That's freedom. And whether it's jet setting or just having the ability to flow through your day the way that you want to, that's the freedom that your life and your legacy deserve. And if you ain't come from that, it's on you to create it. You know, that's why I wrote this book, Bloodline Breaker. This is my 10th book. If you don't already have it, this is a powerful document, not just life changing, but generational changing. This is a guide to shattering generational curses and rewriting your legacy. And if you haven't already, you need to get your hands on this book. It's at brianhyppolite.com. There are book bundles available. There's even a one-on-one mentorship, a Bloodline Breaker mentorship package that you can get so that we can meet one-on-one, talk about some of the generational challenges and traumas that you've experienced and the things that you want to end with you, and we can make you a roadmap to make that happen. Before we get out of here, I definitely want to read you something from this book, though. So do me a favor, give me a number between 3 and 55, and I'm going to read you a piece of the page that goes along with that number. And like I said, this is the smallest book I've ever written. It's only 57 pages. Smallest book I ever written, but I believe is going to be one of the most impactful. One of the most impactful. Eric, I need you to give me a number between 3 and 55, 40. Okay, we got it. I'm only going to read you a portion of the page because I know that's all it's going to require to give you some soul food. And I just want to prove to you that there's so much in here for you. So you go ahead and get the rest of the page. So page number 40 is chapter 7. It's the first page of chapter 7. And chapter 7 is on the cost of not healing. What you avoid will invoice your bloodline with interest. It says healing is expensive. But not healing, that'll bankrupt your entire legacy. Well, we pretend like not healing is free because it doesn't ask for time, doesn't ask for therapy, tears, or hard conversations. But what it does cost you is far more brutal. Not healing costs your peace, your potential, your power, your purpose, your children's emotional inheritance. Avoiding your pain might feel cheaper today, but every unhealed wound collects interest over time. Yeah. Chapter 7 is all about understanding the cost of not healing. Because listen, it's always drop a 1 in the chat if that's what you needed to hear today. And that was a great thing for you to get this morning. The cost of not healing. You need to be conscious. You need to be aware of that. If we're talking about consciousness, let's be completely aware that the highest price that you pay is for not changing. We want to talk about the cost of a mentorship, the cost of a 30-day manifest boot camp, the thought of any of that. It costs so much less than the cost of you staying the same. Not changing. It's the most expensive thing you could do because you are intentionally creating lack in your life. You are scheduling a season of lack. When you're planting the right seeds in life, in agriculture, we call that scheduling a harvest. When you're planting your seeds, you're scheduling a harvest. When you're not planting those seeds, you're scheduling a season of lack in your life. I'm gonna give you another one. I see Tiffany said page 29. Page 29 is chapter 5, and chapter 5 is one of my favorite chapters in this book. And in chapter 5 is called the struggle gospel. And it's talking about how we were indoctrinated into this religion of struggle. How our families, how our environments taught us that struggling was the greatest thing to do, and that suffering produced character, and that God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, and all that stuff that just created this culture of believing that lack and limitation was honorable. Chapter 5, the struggle gospel, page 29 of this powerful book, it says, you weren't born to bleed for your breakthrough. We'll just start with that. You weren't born to bleed for your breakthrough. You weren't born to bleed for your breakthrough. Somewhere along the way, pain got spiritualized. Struggle became romanticized. And survival became the only proof of worth. You were taught that suffering is normal, that poverty equals purity, that rest is laziness, and that grinding is the only way to prove you're serious about life. Let's call it what it is: struggle gospel. It's the generational lie that told us if it's easy, it can't be divine. If you're not hurting, you're not earning. No pain, no gain. You have to fight for every inch. Lies, absolute lies, all of it. I'm gonna keep going. The struggle gospel isn't just cultural, it's often spiritual. Some of us were raised on scriptures and sermons that only validated pain. So you learn to wear suffering like a badge. You learn to equate discomfort with holiness. You learned to demonize wealth, ease, softness, and rest. You became addicted to endurance and allergic to joy. But listen closely, bloodline breaker. You don't have to earn ease through agony. You don't have to prove your worth through pain. You don't have to be crucified to be chosen. I'm going to stop right there. You don't have to be crucified to be chosen. I just got goosebumps. Drop a 1 in the chat if that made sense to you, if that gave you something that you needed to hear. You don't have to be crucified to be chosen, because you already are. You don't have to suffer to be worthy. That's what this message is all about. You got to align yourself with the greatness, and make sure you go and get this book, Bloodline Breaker. It's at brianhyppolite.com. It's available in paperback. It's available in ebook. You can get an autograph version if you want. You could get the book plus the ebook plus a one-on-one session with me, however you want it to go down. Let's just be greater than we've ever been. And let's do it not just for ourselves, but do it for those who follow us. It's that day. It's that time. It's that moment. If you woke up today, September 1st, 2025, and said, I'm going to be greater than I ever been, then commit to that. Commit to that path of evolution and elevation. Because not changing is so much more expensive. Not only that, it comes with interest. Yeah. Yeah, you can make great decisions, and that comes with interest as well. Compounding interest in your favor. Or these negative decisions that tie you to lack and limitation, they compound with interest over time. And before you know it, you're more in debt. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually in debt, unable to move the way that you're meant to, unable to create the way that you should. I'm just giving you the truth. I hope you're receiving it. This is Manifest Nation. If you're watching this on IG, if you're watching this on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, this is a Manifest Nation broadcast that's going on right now on Twitch. And not only did you did not get the beginning of this broadcast, and you're not going to get the end of the broadcast. There's been learning going on, elevation taking place, and you are only getting a portion of it if you're watching from TikTok, from IG, from Facebook, or from YouTube. Also, the replays of this will only be available on Twitch for a limited time. Now, if you want them, if you really want to be able to get this information, you got to subscribe to the channel so that you can have access to the Manifest University Discord, because that's where all of my classes are. The replays for all of the classes, replays from all of the lives, access to all of my ebooks, my audiobooks, my guided meditations, my affirmations, and plenty of content that is all there for your betterment, all there for your personal elevation and evolution. And that's what we're doing over here. So thank you so much for being a part of this movement. I definitely want to encourage you to convert over to my Twitch channel, Manifest Nation, so you can get all of this greatness, all this dopeness. Because that's really what it's about, is getting in the community of people that are supporting you along the way. I'm going to continue to show up every day to inspire you, to motivate you, and to bring soul food to you. And you surround yourself with people who are also on this divine path, seeking a better existence for themselves as well. So whatever it is that you choose to do, make today a day where you show a commitment to that choice to be greater. Don't just let it start with today, with this moment of the day, and you just move forward without it. No, you have to follow through with actions. You have to follow through with something that ties you to dedication to what it is that you said you was going to do. So whether it's you purchasing this book, whether it's you get into the 30-day manifest boot camp, you really want to change your life, you want to be unrecognizable in 30 days, join the 30-day manifest boot camp. Y'all got about 6 hours before the doors close and this opportunity passes you by. And there's 3 levels, 3 tiers of access, 3 levels of access. You got the community, where you're going to just be in the Discord and you'll be receiving videos from me every day that is going to help you go to your next level. Very transformational, very informational. We are going to be identifying the lack, the doubt, the limitations, the fears, the traumas, and the core belief systems that are tying you to lack and limitations. And we're going to unlearn them. We're going to release them. And then we're going to replace them with the mindset, with the belief systems, with the thought patterns, with the supportive actions that align with your goals and your success. And we're going to create that habit for you for 30 days. That's going to allow you to get into the proper routine. Just imagine where you would be in 30 days if you're using the right formula. And if you have the right support, applying the right routine, walking through your days in the right vibrational field, having the right support. You got me in your corner for 30 days to help you become a greater version of yourself. I guarantee you, it's going to be a big difference. It's going to be a big difference in just 30 days. 30 days is more than enough time to create a change, to create a shift. Small alignments lead to big adjustments. Some of you don't need a complete 180-degree turnaround. No, you need some small alignments, though. Some of you might need to wake up an hour earlier so you can give yourself to yourself. So you have some time to meditate. So you have some time to set your intention. So you have some time to pour into yourself. So you have some time to eat a proper meal. So, like for some people, that's all you need is an extra 60 to 90 minutes a day. And you would actually have the ability to be on track instead of waking up always in go mode. Waking up behind the ball and moving and try to get stuff done. And then up until the time that you go to sleep. Tell me something. Are you in here? Drop a 1 in the chat. If you already feel like you don't have enough hours in your day, if you already feel like it's not enough time in the day for you to do what you need to do, and most days, be honest, most days, do you wake up behind the ball and live and go through your days just trying to get everything done up until the time that it is to go to sleep? There's studies show that 90% of people live like that. So out of the 100 people that are going to be on this broadcast today, 90 of y'all are like that. So, you know, like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's do the things that we need to do to make the choices that align with the life that we want to live. That's really what so much of this is about. Everyone talks about manifesting, and we think about creating, we think about adding. You know what a key factor in manifesting is that you all often overlook? It's removing. Your manifestations aren't happening because of the things that are in your life that don't need to be in your life. The things that you are meant to remove from your life, remove from your awareness, remove from your consciousness, remove from your daily routines. It's more about the things that you do. Many of you need a not to do list. You think that this 30-day manifest boot camp is going to be 30 days of a to-do list. Many of you, if you want to talk about creating the life that you desire, you need a not to do list. There's some things that you need to unlearn, some things you need to let go of so that you can be in alignment with the life that you want to create and the things that you want to have. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up to create what it is that you desire and have what it is that you want to see? We've exposed in these conversations how we've wasted potential, how we have to rewire our mornings for the day that we want to have. Because if we can have the morning that we want to have, we can have the day that we want to have, and having the days that we want to have, we're going to have the life that we want to have. But for many of us, for almost all of us, it starts in the way that we're going through our mornings. It starts with in the way that we're speaking to ourselves in the morning. It starts with the things that we're putting in our minds and the habits that we engage in the morning. That's why I was saying, if you wake up and the first thing that you do is you get on social media, you are programming yourself for distractions. You are feeding your appetite for distractions. What you feed thrives. What you starve dies. Again, what you feed thrives and what you starve dies. If you are waking up and feeding your brain this addictive social media throughout your day, you're going to find yourself on social media more than you need to be. If you wake up and you feed your brain, you feed yourself, you feed your body, anything addictive, you're going to go through your day wanting more of that. If you wake up and you give yourself peace, you give yourself clarity, you give yourself a regulated nervous system, oh, you're going to go through your day wanting more of that. Yeah, and which means when things come your way that would take that from you, you'll respond differently. If you've already tuned yourself to be distracted, you'll take every opportunity that comes your way in the form of distraction, whether consciously or unconsciously. Every opportunity, anything that comes your way, you're going to jump on it because you've already been programming yourself for distractions. So what is it that you need to do? Outline it, write it down, put it in the chat if you need to. What is it that you need to be doing in the morning that's going to lead you to the success that you want to see throughout your day to create the life that you want to have? If you aren't willing to make some sacrifices to do that, you probably won't see it. If you aren't willing to get out of your comfort zone to do that, probably won't happen. You're not tired because you don't get enough sleep. You're tired because you don't do enough of the things that fuel you, things that fuel your spirit. You think you just need more rest. No, you need more alignment in your life. That's what you need. That's what you need. You need more alignment. You're not doing enough of the things that fuel you and that add value to you. So that's why you feel tired. That's why you feel exhausted. Because you're spending all of your energy on things that aren't pouring into you without taking time to pour into yourself. And that should definitely be something that you do at the top of your day. That should definitely be something that you do to start your day, pouring into yourself, showing up to a place like this where you're going to get your soul fed. This is soul food. Pulling up, and whether it's a podcast or, or someone else is just talking something good that's feeding your spirit. You need that. Instead of just putting on the radio and getting what somebody else's idea for your life. Instead of just putting on a TV or social media and just getting whatever frequency that is, like, let's pay attention to what we're doing. We're more frequency than we are body. We're more spirit than we are mind. So start your day catering to your frequency and catering to your spirit instead of your body and your mind. If you start your day catering to your mind and your body, you're going to go through your day catering to your mind and your body and feeling the requests of your mind and your body all day. But if you align yourself, start your day, start your habits, get in the habit, get in the routine, have the ritual of feeding your spirit in the mornings. Have the ritual of elevating your vibration in the mornings. Some things are going to change. Your desires are going to be different. Your cravings are going to be different. Again, if you seek clarity in the morning, find clarity in the morning, you'll carry it throughout your day. And if you lose it, you'll be looking to get it back. You find peace in your mornings. When someone or something comes to distract you from that or pull that away from you, you have a great opportunity to stay loyal to it. Your life is a reflection of the things you choose to stay loyal to. You might want to write that down. Your life is a reflection of things that you choose to stay loyal to. So what is it going to be? What is it going to be? Are you going to empower your life and your legacy? Are you going to empower the destructive habits that have held you and your family captive? Generations. We're talking about internal engineering. When something is engineered well, it's happening the way that it was designed and desired to happen. We'll say that that is working well. That thing that was engineered, that thing is created, it's working well. It's providing the desired results. If your life is not providing you the desired results, it's not engineered correctly. And it's time for you to be more intentional in the way that you're engineering your life. Internal engineering is what this broadcast is all about. Because without that, your potential is going to rot. Your potential is going to rot and is going to turn into regret. That's what unused potential turns into. Family, your potential deserves activation. Your mornings deserve discipline. Your consciousness deserves alignment. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, I love y'all to life. I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. If you're watching this on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, or on IG, this is where we end. So I'm gonna wish y'all a great day, and I want y'all to have a phenomenal day. Be intentional, be conscious, be disciplined, be great, be powerful, be the gods that you are, not the man that you've been. Let's not suffer through our humanity today. Let's bask in our divinity today. Let's get in contact with the God within us and walk through life with a connection to that entity, to that spirit, instead of another day in survival mode. It's up to you though. But you know, I believe in you. Greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, greatest shall you have. One last time, grab this book, Bloodline Breaker, or get the book bundle that includes it. There's a book bundle that has my 3 most powerful books, my 5 most powerful books, and then all 8 of them that you can grab right now at brianhyppolite.com. Thank y'all for making me a successful 10-time author. Thank you for supporting the music. Thank you for pulling up and supporting in the mighty way that you do. Thank you for going to brianhyppolite.com, picking your own price and downloading my music. I love the way that y'all show up and show out for the value that I offer you. Yeah, thank you for being in alignment with me. This is what it is, man. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you soon. You got until noon Eastern Standard Time. Okay? Got until noon, so that means y'all got 3 hours. to enroll in the 30-day boot camp, Manifest Boot Camp. If you want to learn how to create the realities that you desire, how to get out of your mind, get into your soul, how to start being a deliberate creator of your reality, 30-day boot camp is for you. And the doors were already closed, but I'm gonna give y'all till noon Eastern Standard Time. So you got 3 more hours. You go to brianhyppolite.com, click the level of access that you want to get in with at the boot camp, because there's 3 different levels to it. Get in where you fit in, get in where you're aligned. Just get in there. If you're interested in the VIP, I believe there's only 2 VIP spots, maybe 3 left, and a handful of the small group coaching. So get in there, make it happen. I look forward to seeing y'all inside Manifest University. The other thing that I would definitely want to empower you and convince you to do is to come and join the Manifest Nation family over here on Twitch. If you're watching this right now from anywhere but Twitch, you're only getting a piece of the broadcast. And there's so much more dopeness that's available for you on the Manifest Nation channel on Twitch. So please come over, follow the channel so you get notifications when I'm going live, because I'm not always going live on IG and on all these other social platforms. I'm going live on my channel. So pull up, subscribe to the channel, and when you do, you become a part of my family, a part of the Manifest University family. You get access to our Discord, daily dopeness and greatness empowerment from me. If you like the things that you see from me on social media, those are just pieces of what I'm putting in my Discord and the conversations we're having in the Discord. That's what gets leaked on the social media. So if you like those crumbs that y'all enjoy so much, come and get the full feast. Come and sit at this table of daily elevation, high vibration, healing, personal development, self-mastery, aligning with the God in you and being greater than you've ever been. That's what it's about, and that's what we're doing over here at Manifest University. And you get access to all that just by subscribing to my channel on Twitch. In addition to all of that, you're also going to get 8 of my eBooks, 1 of my digital workbooks, the Manifesting You workbook. You'll get access to that. You're going to get access to my affirmations, guided meditations, and all types of content that I have created for you to be a greater version of yourself. So that's all right there in the Manifest University Discord. And all you got to do is subscribe to the Manifest Nation channel on Twitch to get access to that and so much more. So listen, I love y'all to life. I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. A rising tide raises all boats. So if you enjoyed this broadcast, if you enjoyed this message, please share it. Not just the live, not just the broadcast, but the message that you got, the notes that you took, the things that rang true to you. All right. Peace, power, and presence, family. I love your life, and I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. Be great, be powerful, be guys, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Make sure that you go to brianhyppolite.com so that you can register for the 30-day boot camp, 30-day Manifest Boot Camp. Go to brianhyppolite.com right now. Y'all have until noon because the boot camp already started this morning. But, you know, it's day 1, so you haven't really missed anything. So go to brianhyppolite.com. You can click the link in my bio and go and get your access. 3 levels of access available to you. You get the community access, you get the small group classroom access, or you get the one-on-one coaching access. However, whatever, I'm going to be there. Y'all be there. Let's continue to grow, be great, be powerful, and be connected to the guys within us. It's all there at brianhyppolite.com. I look forward to seeing you. Yeah. So yeah, to everybody else, if you got any questions, send me a DM, send me a message, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. All right. But I'm going to get back to Twitch. I'm gonna get back on my Twitch channel. If you want to finish the rest of this broadcast with me, you are more than welcome to come over to Twitch, to the Manifest Nation channel, and get the dopeness that we got going on for the rest of the morning, man. But till then, man, I'm gonna see y'all next time. Take care, be great, be powerful, be guys. Yeah, the family. Back to the family, though. Back to the family, though. Let's talk about this greatness that we got going on. Let's talk about how we are not going to be tricked out of our positions any longer. Let's talk about how we're going to accept our greatness. Let's do that. Matter of fact, let's hear accept. You know, I went all the way over to Africa. I went all the way over to Morocco to shoot this music video. Accept, because this is what we gotta do. We gotta accept our greatness and acknowledge our power. So yeah, let's check that out real quick.
I accept my grace. I accept my grace. I acknowledge my value. I acknowledge my value. I follow my peace. I follow my peace. I stand in my power. I stand in my power. I accept my grace. I accept my grace. I acknowledge my value. I acknowledge my value. I follow my peace. I follow my peace. I stand in my power. I stand in my power. I accept my grace.
Today I choose to be greater than I ever been. My faith is his own evidence. Where fear becomes irrelevant. Walk through Hell's Kitchen knowing I'm heaven sent. Manifest University on my letterman. When opportunity knocks, you better let them in. Yeah, I sacrifice so I can pay the price. These losers playing with their life, they like to roll the dice. They get a lot of wishful days, a bunch of hopeless nights. I got progress, it wasn't overnight. Scaled that wall, I had my back to it. I knew my worth and had attached to it. To them losses, it was another lesson. Prayer and meditation helped me calm my stress. Opened up my hands and caught another blessing. God gave me my answer, I asked another question.
I accept my grace. I acknowledge my value. I acknowledge my value. I follow my peace. I follow my peace. I stand in my power. I stand in my power. I accept my grace. I accept my grace. I acknowledge my value. I acknowledge my value. I follow my peace. I follow my peace. I stand in my power. I stand in my power. I accept my grace. I accept my grace.
Each day is a gift, and I'm using my gifts and my energy to uplift. And now I'm fine with letting go of whatever's not mine or not meant. For me in this season, I release it. Might be uncomfortable, but I'm at peace with choosing me and trusting alignment. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Divine timing, I'm shining my light. Walk by faith, not sight. Ascend to new heights, illuminate bright. Help my people get right, break generational curses. I'm just walking out my purpose. I'm a work of art and a work in progress. I've been working hard and I respect the process. Been on my job like the rich dude. Thanking God I don't look like what I've been through.
I accept my grace. I acknowledge my value. I acknowledge my value. I follow my peace. I follow my peace. I stand in my power. I stand in my power. I accept my grace. I accept my grace. I acknowledge my value. I acknowledge my value. I follow my peace. I follow my peace. I stand in my power. I stand in my power. I accept my grace. I accept my grace. I accept my grace.
So many of y'all denying y'all power. Yeah. That's what it's all about, though. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to join the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp, now there's just a family in here. I want to let y'all know you can still use discount code GREATER. I'm not telling everybody else that, but now since it's just us here on Twitch, I want to make sure that y'all know you can use discount code GREATER. And it's going to save you $50 on access to the bootcamp. Don't tell nobody else I told you now. But you already know I'm going to take care of the family. You supporting me, you pulling up for me, I'm going to support and pull up for you. I got a lot of great things. Not only that, instead of 30 days, you're going to get a 90-day. You're going to get a 90-day joint instead of 30 days. And I mean, everyone who's already signed up already knows this, but I surprised everybody with, instead of, you definitely can just stop at 30 days if that's what you want to do. But I have created 90 days worth of transformational content for you. And you get that access absolutely free. So you pay for this 30 days, but I'm going to bless you with this 90-day joint just to make sure that you got more than enough to get you where you want to be, to transform your life, to make you unrecognizable at the end of this. Because I love you that much. I love the God in you. I love the greatness in you. And I pray that you do too. I pray that you want to align with that as well. Yeah. See, I'll make it happen. Make sure you get in there and you do that. Yeah. Anybody got any questions before we get out of here? Nobody called the phone. This is like day number 3 of no one hitting the hotline. One day though, one day, this hotline's gonna ring. One day, the hotline gonna ring. Somebody gonna wanna chop it up on the air, and we gonna get that going. We're gonna get that going. We're gonna make that a thing where you could call and talk to me and get some of this good game. I'll be honest with y'all. Y'all ain't gonna do me like y'all did Kevin Samuels, because I'm gonna be keeping the blood raw with you as well. I ain't gonna be trying to hurt nobody's feeling, but I'm gonna keep it on. I'm gonna keep it funky with you like I always do. So don't come over here tripping. Don't come over here half stepping. You came over here from truth. You're gonna get you some truth. But you know, generally people love the way that I give them the truth. I'm pretty sure you won't have a problem with it. But listen, this has been another powerful moment that we've had together, and I'm grateful for it. Welcome to another powerful day for you to be greater than you've ever been. This again is a sanctuary where visionaries, divine builders, and bloodline breakers rise. This is where we connect with the greatest version of ourselves so we can create the greatest days we've ever lived and create the greatest legacy that's ever been given to our bloodline. Don't waste another day. Don't waste another moment. Change has a price. The stagnation has a much bigger one. So are you willing to pay the cost of staying the same? Because every habit costs you time you can't get back. Every bad habit costs you time you can't get back. And every cycle you repeat costs you opportunities. Every excuse costs your children a version of you that they desperately need. And let's leave it with that right there. Being the greatest version of ourselves so that we could be great for our children, giving them what they need. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it's about. Again, welcome to Manifest Nation. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel so you can get notifications when I'm going live, and you could be a part of Manifest University. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing y'all tonight around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, be great, be powerful, be gods. I'm going to see you soon.